Do you think this Champions League game is one he might take a few more risks, put Lewis Skelly in on the left, for example? Not that that's necessarily a risk, but maybe his alternative of Partey on the right, Timber on the left is just what he knows a bit best, and what he felt was maybe a safer, less risky option for such an important game that, you know, a win would have done huge amounts for them against Fulham.
Yeah, I think that was probably what he was thinking. I don't know Timber needs a rest at some point, because he's literally, if something was to happen to Timber, Arsenal would be absolutely screwed. And you know, he's playing all the time at the moment because Tomiyasu injured, because Ben White's injured. There's just no other option apart from Thomas Partey at right back. At some point, Timber's going to need a rest, and I was looking at this game as potentially the chance to give him a rest ahead of Everton. But if all the issues with the defenders who are currently out, none of them come back, then I think Timber's going to have to play, unfortunately. So I would like to see him play another player at left back, definitely. And you know, Lewis Skelly's shown, and Arteta's shown he's trusted him. He's thrown him on at the Etihad in a 2-2 and things like that. So he's shown he's trusted him. And you know, Kieran Tierney's a top player, a proper international defender who, you know, was so crucial to the early stages of the Arteta era at Arsenal. And you know, most of us at the time who were watching that week in, week out just presumed he'd go on and be Arsenal captain one day. It seemed certain. And yes, the sort of system and the way Arsenal play have changed, and that's kind of left Tierney behind. That old school left back type player is not really what Arsenal look for in a left back anymore. But he's still a very good player. So if he's fit, and he's been on the bench for the last 4 games now, he's been training for a long time. If he's fit, I mean, he would not let anyone down, I don't think, playing in these games. And so if he's a squad member, you've got him on the bench, I don't see why you don't use him. You know, we're not talking about an inexperienced player here. We're talking about Kieran Tierney, a £25 million defender. So you know, if he's fit, I'd just play Kieran Tierney. It just feels so simplistic to me, and just the easy, sensible option.
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, from the outside looking in, it feels like there's maybe not much of a future for him anymore, because he's been overlooked so many times. But
there's not. I mean, it's an absolute nailed on if he's fit. January departure, Kieran Tierney. It'll be a loan until the end of the season. Go out and get some minutes and try and leave on a permanent basis in the summer. So I understand that, you know, there is no future for Kieran Tierney at Arsenal. You know, everyone gets that and understands that. It's very, very clear. Had he not been injured at the Euros, you know, I'm sure he would have gone in the summer. That was a hope that he'd have a good, strong Euros, and Arsenal, you know, he put himself in the shop window and Arsenal get rid. But the fact is, he is here now. January isn't here yet, and Arsenal need a left back. So use him. Maybe there's a fear that if he got injured, that would scrap a January move. I don't know if that's playing into their minds a little bit, but you know, needs must, really. He's paid to play for Arsenal at the moment. He's an Arsenal player. So if he's there and you need him, then use him, surely.